this is Hollywood. I have the beautiful world-renowned Dr. Callie Holland assisting, and she's going to have a higher probability of keeping your attention while I try and make sense of a complicated subject that I may manage to succeed with and make you healthier. So here we go. Take it away, Callie. Well, many people is defined as 2 or 3, have asked me for a rehab video. So here we are, and you guys are going to wonder what hit you, and I promise it wasn't me or Callie, but merely the weight of common and not so common sense. Unlike countless commercials, this bit of information is not going to cost you anything. You're not going to have to take out a mortgage for a piece of bulky equipment that will, like all the ones before, wind up holding your clothes. So let's start with something that you probably have never thought of before. When I look at MRIs of people with back pain, I often see tiny, atrophied, multifidi muscles, and these are the muscles in your spine that are quite often what are hurting you. Callie, can you point to where those muscles would be if you could stick your finger deep through your back? Thanks. Okay, problem solved. Callie, come back here. For those of you in the audience, not so fast as well, you can't directly exercise these muscles. Why not, you ask?
Why not indeed?
It's not as if I'm punishing you and have said you are not allowed to exercise them. Let's put it this way. Try moving one vertebra to the left and the one above or below it to the right without moving your whole body. I hope it is not going to take you too long to realize that you are not accomplishing anything.
Why are you making me do something that can't be done?
Well, because life is unfair and cruel. And more importantly, because the spinal muscles that hold us up against gravity are under your automatic pilot, the subconscious part of your brain called the cerebellum. Some people might remember it from high school as the area of your brain that deals with balance. Or you might remember it from the time the police pulled you over at a sobriety checkpoint. Well, it deals with lots of things, but balance is a big one. So how do we get those weak muscles in our backs that we have no control over to stop hurting? And without a doubt, weak muscles ache. One simple way without spending thousands of dollars on equipment is to do what they do a lot of in yoga class. No, not that, but simple balancing. You don't even have to buy one of those balance boards. Simply stand on one foot and lean forward. You may want to be near a wall or something you can grab onto because it is about to get very difficult and you are going to lose your balance, which is what we need to do. By closing your eyes, you are no longer using the thalamic portion of your brain and are relying mostly on joint and muscle nerves for balance, which is what we want to do. By constantly having to correct your balance, you are firing the cerebellum, which fires nerves in the vestibulospinal tracts, which are the nerves that are going to rebuild those tiny little thin girly man muscles deep in your spine that are aching. Remember, you have no control over the girly man multifidi muscles. They don't voluntarily move, as we already demonstrated. When trying to balance with your eyes shut, you are not only firing your ankle muscles to keep you stable, but you are reflexively turning back on, firing up the multifidi muscles that are responsible for movement of your vertebrae. Of course, you have big muscles around your trunk that you can control, but those muscles are more likely than not to not be the problem. You can do this balancing exercise a lot. What you should not do is sit for more than a half an hour, because when you do that, your brain forgets that you have back muscles. The core stabilizers, which the multifidi are one of, go to sleep. And when your spine is not being stabilized, accidents happen and you get a back injury. Stay tuned. We're going to give you a few more basic maintenance exercises soon. Callie, can you say goodbye for me?
Goodbye for me.